Welcome back, my furry friend lovers. How we all doing? I want to say thank you for returning, and for those of you that are new, I want to say thank you. This is Skelly by Nature. I am Skelly. I'd like to say I hope you guys are ready for your last video pertaining to the basics of reading your dog's posture. I'm going to be covering four of the four last postures today. And with that being said, I just want to let you know as well, you're going to want to watch till the very end of this video, because the very last posture I'm going to cover is a very important posture to understand. So the first three that I'm going to cover today are simple ones that are not extremely important. They're good to know. It does give a little explanation to what our dogs are saying to us, but at the same time they're not extremely important to learn because they are in general good behaviors and behaviors that we want to look to achieve. So if this is your first time watching these videos, I just want to let you know that down below I will include in the description down below the leadership skills, creating a good bond video with your dog. You're going to want to go back and read that. That's the start of this whole thing. That's kind of video one. And then we have video one of learning how to read dog posture, which it has the two most important ones, which is relax posture and alert. And like I said, to recap, our dogs are in a relaxed body posture, then they go into an alert body posture, and then other postures follow after that. So, in video two, we covered offensive and defensive threat, which are, again, like I said, very difficult behaviors. We want to pay attention to those, whether it's our dog and those behaviors, whether it's another dog and those behaviors. So if you've watched that video and you have any questions, feel free, send me a comment down below, contact me directly, and I'll explain to you, hopefully in a better way so that you can further understand those, because they are very, very important behaviors to understand to maintain safety in your environment, to maintain safety for your dog, and as well as, being able to see that posture in other dogs as well, so that you don't put yourself and your dog in danger. So, and like I said, watch till the end of this video, because the last one I'm going to cover is probably one that many of us have come across many of times. And it's also a very important one because it is stress. Okay, and many of our dogs suffer stress, whether it's going into the vet's office, whether it's another dog, whether it's a situation we're in, but it's a very, very important behavior to understand and read, but it's also very simple to see. So let's get right down to it. I'm gonna move through the first three fairly quickly, because like I said, these are postures that are the good postures. These are the ones that we enjoy and we like to see. So the first one you're going to see is passive submission. And passive submission is, if you can see in the picture of the dog, a lot of us have seen this. You see this in puppies, you see this in older dogs as well, and very playful dogs. And basically passive submission is, you see a tail tucked a little bit, their eyes kind of rolling away. They roll on their backs, they come and they show us and display our belly. And for when a dog displays its belly to us, it's basically giving itself up. And so that's passive submission. We know that if we see a dog in front of us that's passive submission, we know that's a good posture to approach. It's good for our dogs to approach. It's good for us to approach. That dog's just kind of looking for a little bit of attention in a passive way. So the next one is active submission, which is slightly different, because you got passive submission, and then active submission is a little more on the more playful end. But you're going to see that, kind of like their tail's down a little bit. The ear's going to be set back, but not set glued back to the back of the head, but their ears are going to be back a little bit. They're not going to be in alert. They're not going to quite be relaxed. And you're going to see their forehead smooth. Basically, that they're kind of pushing their head out. As kind of like getting, to like a greeting per se almost. And so the other is licks at the mouth of a dog or a human, or many of us have come across this, whether it's, puppies or anything like that. Dogs want to give us kisses, as we call them. So, a lot of times you'll see that, a dog giving us kisses. And then the corner of the mouth is back. That's something to pay attention to. You'll see that the body is semi-lowered a little bit. It's not going to be really low as in a defensive stance. It's just going to be kind of low. Again, what they're doing is giving themselves up to you in a way. And then one of the last things that you'll see too is, a lot of times you see our dogs kind of playing paw with us. I call it patty cake, doggy patty cakes. You put your hand out, they put their hand out in front of you, or, you might be laying there and you might see them kind of pawing at you. Again, that's what it is a dog just being expressive, saying that they want some play, they want some attention. So that's the first two. They're pretty simple. So we're going to remove this. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to, shoot me a message down below in the comments, and I'll get back to you with those. And then, so now we're on to the last two. And so the third one we're gonna look at is called play bow. This is one that hopefully you see your dog in a lot. What play bow basically is our dogs telling us or asking us to play with them, or they do it with other dogs. You'll see it with other dogs. They kind of bounce around. And when they bounce around, they're going into play bow. What they're doing is telling that other dog, I'm ready to play. Let's play. So with that, the behaviors that you're going to be paying attention to is that you're going to see their mouth open. Usually their tongue's out, visible. They're either licking their lips, their tongue's hanging out, something like that. Again, you might see, them being, tail wagging. The tail will be up and wagging. Their ears will also be up as well. This is, again, just a sign of kind of excitement. And you'll see the front end lowered. You'll see the dogs a lot of times they get right on their forearms. They lay right on the ground, butts up in the air, and that tail's wagging. A lot of times, if you got a teddy with a wiggly butt, you'll see his butt wiggling all over the place. So that's, again, play bow. So we're going to get into this last one, which, like I said, this is probably one of the most important. It's why I saved it for last. Stress is something that we all in time will see our dogs go into at some point or another. We're going to see other dogs fall into this behavior. And again, we see dogs in offensive threat, we see dogs in defensive threat, but one of the most dangerous that we don't think about is stress. Because, an offensive threat dog, sometimes if your dog's extremely submissive, you can take that offensive threat and that dog won't be, it won't feel confrontational, and so that can help. But when you have a stressful dog or a dog in stress, that dog, again, like anything else, when we're in stress as well, sometimes we're not thinking properly. Same thing with the dog. And this is, like I said, when danger can happen, because even if your dog's playful and another dog's in stress, a reaction like a bite or an attack is very possible. In fact, it's one of the times that I tell people it's the most liable time that you're going to see a dog be aggressive, because what they're doing is, again, they're reacting out of fear, in stress, and so again, when we see our dogs in stress, what you want to do at this point, if we're approaching somewhere, say like a vet or a dog, and our dog goes into a stress, we want to stop our actions. We want to evaluate in the environment and see what it is that our dog is stressing over. And then what we want to do is we want to remove ourselves and the dog from that stressful environment and far enough back to a point where they go back into a relaxed environment. One day I probably will do a video on how to treat stress and how to help dogs in stress and how to deal with that in a training situation. So when we see our dogs in stress, you're going to see their tail goes right down. A lot of times their tail goes straight down. It'll actually, a lot of times you see their tail curl underneath to a point where you can actually see between their legs. The ears are going to be back. And when I say back, I mean like glued to the back. A lot of times you see it with dogs that, that their ears literally like glue right to the back of their heads. And so that's one of the key indicators of stress. So pay attention to those ears again. When you get further into understanding this behavior, you're going to see their pupils dilate a little bit again. Pupils are hard to see sometimes with dogs. So you got a dog like Teddy that's got blue eyes with black. We can see that dilation. But, say for instance, if you got an older dog that might have cloudy eyes, or a dog with black eyes, or a dark brown eyes, that dilation is hard to see. So don't, worry too much about that, but it is one of the things that you can notice, if you do notice, is their pupils get dilated. You're going to see the body lowered, and you can see in the picture a lot of times with a dog in stress, you'll actually see their backs kind of have a little arch to them. You're going to see their butts drop real low. They're going to be bending at the knees. And another thing too is, if you would notice a dog in stress, a lot of times if you were to actually grab their paws, you're going to actually feel their paws kind of be a little on the moist side. That's their paws basically sweating. And then, like anything else, a dog that's in stress is going to be kind of whimpering a little bit. They might, kind of have a slight moan or a whimper. But you're going to hear, like a panting noise. Sometimes you see their mouths open. Their tongue might be out a little bit, and they kind of, okay. So that's stress. And that's basically, like I said, one of the most important behaviors to pay attention to, because it is something that, as a leader, we want our dogs not in stress. We want to make every situation comfortable for them. So I hope you all enjoyed these videos. I hope you've learned a little bit and got some good tips on how to understand your dog a little bit better. And I hope you as well do me a favor and hit that like button down below, and as well as, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do so. I'm looking to boost my subscribers, as well as share this video in your news feed, share it on Facebook, share it wherever you can. That would be greatly appreciated. And as well as I think, like I said earlier, I'm going to probably do some follow-up videos in the future on dealing with each piece of these behaviors and what to do when you do come across these situations, whether it's your dog or another dog. I got some more videos coming with some dog diets. I've had some people again request a couple diets for dogs with different types of ailments like seizures and neurological issues and things like that. So I'll be doing a couple of those, as well as here in New England, we're getting into the grow season. So there's going to be some more growing videos, as well as some videos covering some herbs and spices that we can use for ailments. And I think this year you're going to see a little bit more foraging videos. So I'm going to be probably going out in the next week or two and doing some foraging for some mushrooms. So we'll have some more videos like that as well. So I hope you all stay tuned. I hope you're looking forward to the next video, as well as I'm looking forward to seeing you at the next video, watching the next video. So until then, be beautiful, be awesome.